Dakota's got a good clap.
Dude, on the
Hey! You know what's funny, Dakota? You've never played an instrument, have you?
Never.
And yet he knows the 1, 2, 3, 4.
All
fair.
Guitar Hero.
I mean, that counts.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, I definitely did not know beats or rhythm or anything until Guitar Hero.
That's awesome. That's the greatest way to introduce season.
That's how I
4,
learned how to
ladies
play
and gentlemen.
drums as Rock Band.
Oh yeah,
That's
weird.
a lie.
Dude, dead
I
ass.
thought you were better than that before that.
No.
Hey everybody, welcome to Best of 5 season 4 premiere. We're super excited for this.
Episode 101.
We looked for Dalmatians to get for this, and unfortunately they were unavailable because most of them are dicks, so it's great.
Yeah, it's like
But
actually one
we
of the
had
most aggressive
next-
dogs.
We had the next best thing. We had Dakota Burke.
hello everybody.
He is a wonderful man.
He is our firehouse dog.
It really is.
I like
he's
that.
he's a SCO bus alum.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Did a
Go
lot of
Bus.
cool things with that. So and also right now he's working for Velocity Lending as a lender.
Yes,
That's
loan
agent.
manager is my
Loan
role.
manager, yeah, I was like-
yeah.
Dakota, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I listened to your 100th episode, and your review of Malort was just so compelling and so awe-inspiring. I just had to come to your podcast and see what you guys are all about.
You get some of that
Well,
good?
Let's I'm gonna turn this real quick. Let's take a shot
Right.
of Malort then. Let's there's
Yeah.
usually a chaser, by the way, but we're not doing that tonight. So
Because we're out.
yes, no, there's some left, but it's probably expired.
Yeah.
Let's put it that
Anyway,
way.
cheers. Cheers to
Cheers for
Malort.
having me, guys.
Cheers to Malort. If you guys have never had Malort,
Oh, also,
enjoy.
happy St. Patrick's Day. It's our St. Patrick's Day special.
I was about to go into Irish accent. I'm glad I didn't, by the way. 'Cause-
Well, anyway, let's.
I was going to say it's happy matchy day, too.
yeah, suck it, Chris.
That's fine. I wore red because on purpose.
Yeah, we arrange you just not.
Here's your pinch.
Well, cheers, you guys. Thank
Cheers.
you guys again. Let's.
Your drink?
Yeah, sorry. I'll shut up. All right, so we're gonna let this linger for a little bit just to see what Dakota thinks.
Guys,
Dakota, first impressions.
that's not good.
Keep on talking to him. Let's
Why is
see.
it-
Yeah, talk through it. Talk through it.
Yeah, talk
It
through
gets
it.
worse as it
Dis-
sits in your mouth.
Describe your tongue.
We had a buddy of ours who said Malort standing for "Oh my lord."
It's like sitting in the back of my throat, almost like I took a shot of pepper or something. Like,
I had a buddy of mine. Shout out to Nathan who said it tasted like a burnt tire.
Yeah. So for
ooh,
me,
that's a good. Yeah,
yeah. So for me, it's like you walk down like
that's
on
so
a
good.
hot summer day.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's why we're waiting on that.
No, I'll wait. Yeah,
you
it's
walk down like the like not on the sidewalk, but on the actual asphalt on a hot summer day, and like how it has that smell.
yeah.
Okay, so you take that smell and then you lick the bottom of your shoe that you're walking with on that. That's what Malort tastes like.
You know what's funny? You take it long enough, the taste just goes away. Like I don't taste it as much now.
Yeah, I
So
mean
it's an acquired taste.
it is
I don't
definitely.
know if it's acquired. It still tastes like ass no matter every time I take it. Like I'll take tequila, and tequila will taste good, or whiskey will taste good if it's good whiskey. Malort, I feel like no matter what it is,
Just
it's gonna
tastes like Malort.
ass.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, okay, I know we haven't gone to the first subject, but I feel like that's how like alcohol tastes at the beginning of things, right? It's like
Yeah, like when
this
you-
tastes terrible, but oh my god, I feel so good drinking it. So
Yeah.
let's see how this goes.
Well,
With that being said,
let's move on to round number one.
round number 1. All right, you got to be close to the mic for this one.
Right in front.
There
right.
we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ooh,
Round number 1.
Asper.
Let's do it.
Round one.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, what's
Yeah.
the first subject of season 4?
We've got, would you rather read from a paper book or like an e-reader, like a Kindle or something?
This is
like
such an adult question.
I
All
know. Sorry.
right, starting off. All right, so Dakota, explain the subject since this is yours. by the way.
The reason I wanted to ask this is that like growing up, like all we had was paper books, and I feel like our generation kind of had like still kind of likes to be able to like flip a page over after they finish it, and I got a like a Kindle thing for my birthday last year, and now that's all I've read. Whereas before I was like, I'll never have an e-reader, like I'll never get one of those. I think that thing is so stupid. And then I got one, started using it, and I'm like, I'm never going back.
Well, I guess this kind of goes to the argument of like MP3 or vinyl.
Right.
So like MP3 is just straight ease of use.
Mm-hmm.
You can have 100 books on your phone, no problem, but you can't have 100 books in like your backpack, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I guess it like comes down to like what you're reading And if you're like, oh, I just want to read where I'm at, where I go, or if you have like a specific book in your specific chair with like your specific glass of wine, you know, that's like, okay,
So your specific
you don't drink
genre.
wine, bro. Come on.
I drink everything. I don't like it,
You
but
don't
I
drink
drink
wine.
it.
When's the last time you drink wine?
Probably like 4 days ago.
He went to church. That's what it was.
You're not
Yeah.
together 24/7.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
But I do hate wine. But anyway, so it really depends like what I'm reading. So like example, like comparing to the MP3 vinyl thing. So like if I'm just like working out or listening to music just as leisure, I'll listen to MP3s while I'm doing something else. But if I want to like listen to music and critically analyze what I'm listening to, then I'll go vinyl or like a CD. So like a book, if I'm like doing something, I'll put on like an audiobook, or like if I'm on the go, like at a hotel or something, I'll prefer the e-reader. But if I'm at home and I want to like get into the book, it's always paperback.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't read books.
Bro, I read more books than you read.
Anything?
Anything.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen you read a book at all. I don't know. That's a hard question. Actually, that's not.
So
a
I
hard
don't like
question.
wine. I don't read books.
Yeah, little bitch.
I mean, I
But no,
hate reading
those
as
go in-
well,
those are
but
one
I
and the
still
same.
do it.
No, I think for me, I can't read anything. Like if I'm gonna sit down and read something, it has to be in like a physical form. I don't think I could. I've tried doing like the iBooks on Mac or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just can't. I really can't. Audiobooks are different. Obviously, if I'm taking a long road trip, I'd rather like listen to an audiobook than just like the same.
Well, I
like,
hope
12
if
or
you're on a
15
road
songs.
trip that you're listening to an audiobook and not
Not
reading.
reading.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
totally reading it. If I'm not driving, I'm reading it for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, and I don't think I've never really done audiobooks
It's like
at all.
very specific podcasts.
No, yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about most audiobooks is that whoever's writing it is the one that's reading it.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you hear it in like their interpretation,
Yeah,
which is
their,
really
their
cool.
inflection and everything. Yeah.
But I will say that I think I take more in when I'm actually like the good thing about reading for me, especially hard books, is that I have to like I'll go back as much as I need to just figure out what that chapter was all about, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I feel like with like a phone or like with like an like
a Kindle. Yeah.
things like that, I just couldn't do it. I have to have like a physical form for sure.
Yeah.
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 Well, also a problem. Most of my reading is like,
Yours is very technical.
yeah, it's like a lot of tech reading. So like, like specs on whatever. And also like if I'm learning how to do something, it's all very like factual information, or it's like news.
You also have a lot of fantasies too, so you live in your own imagination.
That's
for sure.
very true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very true.
Well, and my
I wasn't
other
trying to
thing
make a
with
joke. That was
the
like a genuine compliment, by the way. Just saying.
my other thing with the Kindles is that like it shows the certain percentage that you're done with your book on the very bottom of it. So like I always feel like if I'm like reading late at night or whatever, I'm like, okay, I have to get to the next percentage, or I have to get to the next percentage.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
if you're reading with like an actual book, you can kind of stop at any point in a weird way because you don't know where the story's going. So if you get to like a good place to stop, you can just stop.
Yeah.
Whereas with like
You're like, oh, I'm at 82%.
Yeah,
I have to make
exactly.
85.
Yeah, exactly. And then that ends up taking way too long because the pages are, not even a full page when you're reading it.
Yeah.
Does your Kindle go like? Does it feel like paper when you're swiping it?
I mean, I'm sure I could change the settings to be it that way, but I just like click it and it moves over.
Oh God, see that? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, back in the day when the Kindle first came out, do you remember like the
It was
liquid
very-
paper,
Yeah.
electric paper, whatever? It was like rough,
Yeah.
and you'd have to like flip it.
I
but
would be so
There was
down for
no
that.
like backlight, so you couldn't
You
read
couldn't
it
read
in
at
the
night.
sun.
Yeah, or in the sun.
Oh, it's in this
yeah.
either. Both spectrums, you're fucked.
It was literally like not even like an LED screen. It was like that like calculator screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what it was.
So how long do you guys think that paper will be a thing?
Depends how long the liberals depends how long it takes the liberals to take over.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Because cutting down trees is bad for the environment, man.
But also, okay, so let's talk about that real quick. I really think that cutting down trees is bad for the environment.
Well, I
but if
mean, they literally have farms
but it-
specifically
yeah,
for paper.
But it's also like that's my thing is like I think we're like, oh yeah, we shouldn't cut down trees. Like, but also if we like plant trees while we're cutting them down, like, oh, that might work. So maybe paper might be a comeback. I don't know.
Well, it's just
it was a lot of
convenience,
cutting.
yeah.
It was a
But
lot of cutting and not
they-
like regrowing, right?
But they literally have farms specific to what. Like, there's a whole federal regulation. Like,
Isn't it-
if
okay.
you're a lumber mill, you have to grow your own trees.
Okay, but also
to cut down for you just can't go cut down trees.
No, but that's what I'm saying is like we got to a point where we're just like, oh, cutting down trees is bad, but now we're just like, wait, they grow back. It's not like oil. You're just like,
Yeah.
like we could actually like grow them back. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Well, also, fun fact: most of the Earth's oxygen comes from algae floating in the ocean.
Yeah, it's not trees. Yeah.
So we need more algae.
So there you go.
I will say that, like, for travel use, I think the e-reader sort of thing is way more convenient than bringing like a book.
I will.
Like, if I want to read Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, I'm not going to carry that thing onto an airplane. But if I want to bring Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows on my e-reader, it's just like it fits in my back pocket.
Okay, but to contradict that, or to not contradict that, but to like
Counter?
rebuttal that.
Okay.
That's a better word. Fuck your counter. Rebuttal that. I like the flex of bringing an actual book on a plane.
Oh, 100%.
It's my favorite thing in the world. Like, oh my God, you're reading that?
Right.
What do you think about it? I was like, don't worry about it. I don't know. Fucking know who you are. It's awesome.
I can't read.
See, and that's the reason why, like,
You just bring the small what's that small caterpillar? Yeah. It takes you fucking 3 hours.
hungry caterpillar. But see, and
Shout out to the hungry caterpillar. I
that'd
love
be
it.
more of a reason I don't want to bring a physical book onto a plane, because people will be like, "Oh, I read that book. What do you think?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I'm reading it."
Yes,
when-
I hate when people do that.
That's what you do. The Chris like. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You got headphones on, and that is time, you guys. That is a.
That's
a
not
short-
time. That is not time.
Our producer's
Now
slacking a
it's
little
time.
bit. It is time. Thank you guys again for tuning in. That was a good one. Sorry for me being me again.
Moving on.
Round 2.
Maybe someday, yeah.
Yeah. You have a wonderful beard.
You as well, sir.
Oh, thanks, man.
I don't feel
I got it at Ross.
left out at all.
Yeah. Grow a beard, you little dick. All right. Springtime is the second subject. Springtime. This is Chris's subject, so Chris, you start off.
Well, firstly, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Woohoo!
Woo! And take a drink.
We need
No,
some
cheers.
Malort.
No, we don't.
That's
We
the
don't.
most Irish thing that's in the U.S.
I already took a drink.
All I'm going to say is that if you guys do Malort, I will do the Malort.
I mean, if you two do the Malort, I'll watch you.
All right.
But anyway, springtime. So happy St. Patrick's Day. This is our St. Patrick's Day special. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 101. But the best part about St. Patrick's Day, that means it's almost warm weather.
Yes.
Warm.
So it's springtime.
Yes, it is.
How are your guys' thoughts? How are your guys' feelings? Any plans? What are we doing? What are we doing?
As of recording of this podcast, daylight savings time is on Sunday this week.
Does it still exist?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, it goes forward and then disappears.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we're staying on savings time.
right.
What is this for?
I don't know. I just found it on the floor.
Oh, because you probably shuffled it around and threw it out of my back.
Is that for D&D?
It's a 12, yeah.
Nice.
For those listening to audio,
It's a D12.
I'm with two nerds. Anyways, go for it.
Yeah, I was just letting everybody know that it is daylight savings time, and usually this one I absolutely hate.
But it's the last one for a minute.
I know.
Until the Congress changes
yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly.
Like, oh,
exactly.
that's a bad idea.
Like usually the spring one's a little bit rough, but I feel like because it's not going to be around anymore, maybe it won't be as rough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Either.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this. This winter has been unique.
Okay.
Do you think we're going to see that as well going into springtime?
I don't know what you mean necessarily, so you might have to expound.
Like, I feel like this winter has been the first,
tornadoes.
yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, like, I think this winter has honestly been the most unique winter in the sense that it's snowed more than it's snowed as much as I remember it snowing when I was younger.
Oh, yeah. Like total accumulation.
Yeah, 'cause I really feel like the last like 6 or 7 years it's been like not as much snow, and like this year's been like, yo, like, can you fucking stop?
Well, I guess for us specifically and where we live, it always is cold but dry, and then we get mounds of snow at the same time. But now it's just been spread out
let's-
over the entire
yeah,
season.
Well,
let's put it this way.
The first snowfall never really left because it froze.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Let's put it this way. I feel like since transplants were a thing in Colorado, it's been different. Not that I'm blaming them. I'm definitely not blaming them. But I just think it's like one of those things that's like,
Sounds like he's playing.
no. But I feel like a lot of transplants who've been here for like maybe the past like 6 or 7 years have not really understood like a Colorado winter.
No,
Like,
100%.
what we agree.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm not, no shade towards transplants, but also like
Shade.
Yeah, there's a little bit of shade.
Straight shade, homie.
Straight shade. That shit's fucking not even shade. That's a fucking shadow.
But yeah,
no, yeah,
it hasn't been as wintry as it has been
this year. This year,
Well, I'm
specifically
saying
has been
like
insane.
in the last 5-6
Yeah, yeah.
years.
Man. Like I remember like my dad throwing me into like giant snow piles and then not being
Yeah.
able to like touch the ground.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like that was like our childhood. And then like the last like 10 years or so just hasn't been that kind
It's
of
been
winter.
very dry,
Yeah.
and then we get like 5 feet at
Right.
one time, and then
But then it melts right away because it never had time to like to ice over, and that's why this
yeah.
one's so unique.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So it's kind of like you think.
because it like snowed this morning.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so full disclosure, all three of us are Colorado natives, Greeley natives for that matter. I remember like springtime being a lot of like tornado season, very much like there's a lot of thunderstorms, things like that. I really don't feel like that's happened in the past few years. I really think this year might be the year that actually happens a little bit more.
Oh,
often than
okay. I
not.
see what
You
you're
know
saying.
I mean?
I see what you're
Like,
saying. Yeah. Because it always used to be like tornado warning, tornado watch, tornado warning, tornado watch.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like very thunderous, not necessarily a lot of rain, but we had thunderstorms all the time.
So
Yeah.
are we back, baby?
Maybe Biden fixed fucking global warming. I don't know, man. We'll find out.
No, I'm just saying like
tornado's back, baby.
it's like is the Farmer's Almanac like actually correct? You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I mean, we'll have to
In terms
bust.
of like what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
have to whip out the almanac and find out, man.
Also, for you young kids who don't know who the Farmer's Almanac is,
What's sad is they don't.
they really don't, y'all. Like, that's
Also, who the fuck is the young kids watching this? We have like Kirk and Sally, and they
Hey, man.
definitely know.
Go to bed if you're watching this.
I am optimistic at the fact that there's young kids watching this shit and being
Yeah,
like,
right.
we should never be these guys.
That's fair.
No, but honestly, like I'm excited for springtime, but I also think, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like I will be the first person to say I do believe global warming or whatever they're calling it now.
Climate change.
Climate change is the actual thing. But I also think that there is
We're gonna
something to
get
be
fucking
said.
canceled for that.
No. But I also think there's something to be said about like the Farmer's Almanac. Like, there's a reason why it exists and why it's so consistent. Like, there is like moments where things kind of like switch and change and things like that. And honestly, this is the first year in a long time that I felt like a Colorado winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. I didn't actually like consciously think about it until you said it. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay, so when we recorded this, like we woke up to like fucking like
Dude, it was
ice.
black ice. It was crazy.
It was
Because it like misted throughout the night because it was like
Dude, I
36
almost ate shit like
degrees.
3 or 4 times. I was like, I'm gonna tear my ACL, man. I can't do this anymore. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. I was walking into the gym like shuffling, like I was 90 years old, like heading in there, man.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
slipping and sliding everywhere.
So yeah, for you guys who have not lived here your entire lives, this is usually what. Because honestly, it hasn't bothered me. I mean, to be quite honest with you, like it really hasn't.
It
bothered
is,
me.
yeah. So, and I've always like talked to people that are like, oh, I can't wait for winter to be over. I can't wait for winter to be over. I'm never one of those people.
Yeah.
Except for this winter. And I was like, why do I hate this winter so
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
I think it's because
Because
it's been
it's
so cold.
Yeah. And I was
That's-
like, oh shit, it's actually been winter.
I don't care. I don't care if it snows or anything like that. Mine's
yeah.
like if it's so cold.
If it's negative, like double temperatures, I'm like,
Can't
yo,
do it.
what the fuck?
Dude, cold and windy.
Yeah, nope.
The worst.
Okay.
Dude, it can be hot and windy. The worst.
But you know-
Like,
you know what's-
anything wind. I'm out.
Anything windy is out. Yeah.
You know what makes my dick hard though? Is like when I go outside.
Pepperidge Farm?
Like, yes. Oh my god. Yeah. I eat Pepperidge Farm in like negative degree
He just went from 6 to midnight over
Yeah,
here.
no. So what makes like low key somehow like satisfies me like a fucking Snickers bar is like is going outside after a shower like my beard's like or like my nose is like a little bit wet and it freezes up. I like that feeling. It's so fucking weird. But I'm also the guy who
That
wears
is hella
shorts.
weird, but
And
it's fun.
but it's also the guy who wears fucking shorts like
Oh
obviously
yeah,
in the
you wear
wintertime.
basketball shorts like
Anyways, happy
300
springtime.
days.
Happy
No,
springtime.
but there,
Yeah, happy springtime.
okay, but there is something to be said about like walking out there and you're just like, oh, like just like a good like the decrease of temperature and I can feel it in my fucking face.
I don't know any about that, but what I do know is
That's probably what like an orgasm feels like
if you ever had one.
for pigs.
We're coming back so hot in season 4.
Oh, you guys, I've been holding these emotions for about 2 months, so yeah.
and,
Dakota, I'm so sorry.
and tornadoes are back just as fast as best of 5.
Well, moving on.
Hey, you guys know before we move on,
Oh,
let
we're
us know
doing.
what
Oh
you
yeah,
guys think about these.
I already forgot about this.
I would
believe
love to
That
hear
was
about you
your fault.
guys'
I can't
spring.
believe I'm doing this again.
Your spring feeling for this. Honestly, I really do think that this year is going to be really interesting spring wise.
No,
I really do.
totally agree with you.
But
I hope not, because
But
that's softball.
what does the Farmer's Almanac say?
Because
Did it say it was going to be a wet winter?
let's
I think
let's
let's
look it
Google.
up and talk about it after this shot. And
Yeah, let's
move
ask
to the third
Professor
round.
Google.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Salud.
Moving on.
Round
Dakota, I'm so sorry.
Guillermo.
And that's going in.
3.
Dakota, how are you enjoying the podcast so far?
Loving it, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
you can't say that.
All right. You can't say that because you're a Rockies fan. Also, we'll leave this for the DVD extras. We're gonna talk about the Rockies for the DVD extras for sure.
Oh boy.
By happenstance, I pulled another one of mine.
Oh,
Oh.
what a coincidence!
I wasn't looking. I can throw
There
it
was
back.
no.
No,
break.
no,
It's
it's fine.
fine. Yeah.
No, it's just because we just did topics, so it's like 40%, 30, and then whatever's left over.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Hold on, just to make sure. So Dakota, what's the next subject?
The next subject is: what time of the year is the best time to watch the Harry Potter movies?
Never.
What?
Never. Start that fucking timer. Let's talk about this real quick.
That caught me off guard. Okay. Are you okay?
It really
firstly,
did, though. Yeah.
Firstly,
yeah.
how much do you like Harry Potter?
So
Yes.
much.
Okay,
Actually,
because
yeah.
this is the
Okay.
second time you brought up Harry Potter on this podcast. So
Okay,
I
so-
did
okay,
not
wait,
know
wait,
you were
wait,
a
wait.
pothead.
When
Wait.
was the other time I brought it?
Wait.
When I'm just, like I want to read Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, I
on
did. You're totally right.
Okay. So let's let Dakota give its
Yeah.
defense, and now I'll shit on it so hard.
Well, no, I'd like it. Like, if you guys aren't fans, we can
Well,
start there.
No.
Okay.
So to my defense, I've never read the book. Actually, I tried reading Prisoner of Azkaban. No, Chamber of Secrets. That's what it was. And I couldn't get through it because I was not smart enough. But I did watch all the movies, and I was like, okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. It's better than Twilight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
but also, yeah, please explain why you put
Apparently,
them in the
those
hat.
are fighting words.
Well, so okay, I guess.
No. Let him. Yeah.
Well, to answer the question, the best time of year to watch the Harry Potter movies is around Thanksgiving.
Okay, I can see that.
You have like usually you get Friday off.
So it's just the
if you're
movies, not
working
the books, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you do all 8 movies. Either maybe starting Halloween night or maybe Wednesday night, and you have basically like a 4 or 5 day weekend to.
Is that your?
Is that what
That's
you
something
do?
my wife and I do. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
That's really
And so
cool.
that's
Actually,
why I brought it to
respect
that's why I
that.
brought
Yeah,
it to
that's
the
cool.
podcast. I was curious if anybody else does it.
Shit.
Well, I honestly
Yeah.
didn't know you were such a huge pothead.
Oh yeah.
Like that
huge, dude.
completely caught me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
So I will ask you, I mean, changing the subject, but only slightly. What do you think of the new Harry Potter game?
I'm not rich enough to own a PS5.
Okay.
So
can borrow mine.
I'm waiting till it comes out on PS4 and then I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, that wasn't the real question. The real question was,
If you would have one,
Well, no,
I love the fact that they're like doing this open world sort of thing.
well, the real question was,
sorry, I'm just.
yeah, you're interjecting. The real question was, so do you agree or disagree with all the controversy surrounding it?
There's controversy.
Yeah, because J.K. Rowling is now
Oh, because
established as a person who's canceled on Twitter.
Yeah, she hates transgenders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but also she has nothing to do with the video game.
Right.
So it's like people are literally death threatening streamers for playing the game when she has nothing to do with it.
I guess I'll put this out there. I think aside of what she believes, Harry Potter has become a universe that's outside of her.
I think it's outgrown her at this point.
Yeah.
As a media itself. I mean, they've done like they have the things at Disney World, and the books are bestsellers, best times over, all the times over, and I couldn't tell you how much money the movies made. That I think,
Millions of billions.
billions. So I do think I agree with you that Harry Potter as like a franchise
Yeah.
or whatever has outgrown the author
As a
to the
universe.
point to the point where whatever her beliefs are, it doesn't matter.
The HPU.
It has grown way above what she
and I agree with you. And I just wish that the first Harry I think you're same age as me, aroundish.
I think I'm a little younger than
A
you
little
guys.
younger? Okay.
Yeah.
Old fucking piece of shit.
That's fair.
That was so aggressive. I'm so sorry.
That was. But
Some
the
malort.
first Harry Potter book came out when I was in 5th grade. So my teacher read it to us. So I didn't even get the pleasure of reading it to myself. Thanks for spoiling that, Miss Richards. Anyway,
Richards.
But anyway, so
hope you're having a good
she read it to us, which was cool because it was a good book.
Right.
I really enjoyed listening to the first Harry Potter book, but when it came time to reading it myself, I read the second one, and then my parents were like, "Oh, you're really into this series," and they just bought me
Every book after
that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, my dad read them more than I did.
Yeah, you know what's funny is like I think sometimes like reading the book, you have to take whoever, like, I mean, I guess with any art for that matter, is you have to take whatever, like, because here's the thing, I think people don't realize that when it comes to art, sometimes there's a lot more that goes into who's writing it, in the sense of just like there's more people that are involved than you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. But also, I mean, that's obviously not the question you were thinking about.
No, yeah,
But yeah, sorry,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter. Well, no, we can
No.
definitely spiral down that because I think it is something. I think it is a big topic to talk about, especially right now.
Well, especially because it's kind of one of those things where it's like, what made me happy? What made me feel good? Was it the actual storyline, or was it the person that actually wrote the storyline? Right.
And it would have. I
Yeah.
couldn't have cared less who the author is
Exactly.
of this world that was created.
But I guess going back to the movies specifically,
That wasn't her. That
well,
really
yeah,
wasn't her,
yeah.
you know
But
what I mean?
going back to the movie specifically, I haven't seen all of them, to be completely
Really?
honest.
I got really high and watched all of them.
I
in, like,
haven't
2 weeks.
seen.
Yes.
I haven't seen the first one. What was the second one called?
Chamber of Secrets,
So nope. What was the third one?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, that's when it got good.
Which was
That's
the
what I
one
got
with
it.
Twilight in it?
Oh, Goblet of Fire. That's
Yeah.
the fourth one.
Goblet of
When he
Fire.
died? Yeah, sorry.
Goblet of Fire was the
Spoiler,
first one I
yes.
watched.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, Goblet
I mean,
of
it's
Fire
only
was the
20
first one I
years, yeah.
watched,
Really?
specifically because Twilight was in it.
Gotcha. Huh. Because you were into Twilight.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
leave that. Write it down for DVD extras because we have to talk about that. But also,
You write it down. Don't
no.
fuck. You're not my boss.
bitch.
I'm in charge of podcasts, motherfucker.
Are you though?
I am.
No.
But the reason I wanted to ask this question is because those movies are all there's like kind of Halloween-ish themes in there sometimes, but
Yeah,
like they
I get
also
that.
have like dining hall scenes where it's like big, feasts and festivals. So that's why I like it.
You know what's funny about
You
that?
got way deeper on that answer than I assumed.
Well,
because
that's the thing,
again,
Dude, I could. This could be DVD extras for the full 15 minutes.
but as I'm saying, like I haven't watched the movies enough, so it's like, oh, that's a weird question. But now you're explaining it. I was like, I had no idea any of that
How many
happened.
time do we have? How much time do we have left?
1 minute.
Fuck it, we're gonna go 3. Fuck it. I really want to know like what like why that is the thing. Because honestly, like I think it's something. Sometimes we let go of the idea of what the story is. As to what the person who wrote it was, right?
Yeah.
And we got to be better about just like letting the story be what the story is. Because honestly, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that have happened in this world that has made us better. And you look, the person that actually like, created that idea, and you're just like, oh, that guy was a piece of shit. But can I really dismiss the fact that I've made this story, like this story made me a better person because of that? I don't know.
There's that whole thing
Regardless,
because
that doesn't matter when it comes to anything that Harry Potter is. At the end of the day, like it is a world phenomenon. It's like Star Wars.
yeah,
Like
I think it's bigger.
I don't know if it's bigger, but it's a different dimension than what it
Yeah.
yeah,
what
let's
it is,
simmer
yeah.
down, sir. But going on what you're saying is
Star
like,
Wars is my shit, dude.
but going
Me
on,
too,
I will
but like
fight you.
but going on the whole,
as cool as I am, I'm a bigger nerd than you guys think I am.
Grogu is fucking better than Harry Potter. Okay, just letting you know.
firstly, Baby Yoda. Also, I have a
It's
meme.
Grogu. You
Also, I have a meme I want to run by you guys that I might want to make.
Yeah.
But anyway, so going on that kind of topic that the story outgrows the author, what do you guys think of that? Like they're calling it like woke rewriting on like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah, the Oxford. Yeah.
Yeah, because that dude was like an actual like Nazi.
Right.
No, for sure. But also,
Yeah,
like the same,
so-
the same thing with like Mel Brooks making like the fucking History of the World Part 1 and like Blazing Saddles. Like there's a lot of racial driven things to that. I think sometimes there's a lot of people who write books and authors that are trying to make things like a better thing.
Well, firstly,
also-
I'm talking about an actual Nazi.
No,
and bring up Mel Brooks, who is like the Jewishy Jew.
No, but also Dr. Seuss was also very pro-fascist. Sorry, this got way
Yeah, this got way
we're getting
deeper.
deep
But,
now.
but okay, but that's not my point. That's not my point. So let's just say in a few years, like Harry Potter goes to republication, and they try and make it more inclusive writing. Would you, as a pothead, how would that make you feel as like being that big of a fan? That was a pause.
That was no.
That was a pause.
That's a deep question. Is what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a deep question. I think I'd really do have to think about it because
I mean, honestly, again, like I haven't read the books, so I don't know what could change or what would change. And even her writing was inclusive at the time.
exactly.
At the time,
and at the end of the day, these are works of fiction.
Exactly.
That's what everybody has to
Yeah.
remember. Like that's what I think that everybody needs to really think about is that these are works of fiction from somebody's mind. Let it be that.
No, for
Okay.
sure. But also, like, you know, I think when it comes to literature specifically, the beauty about literature is that you can make your own imagination of what that is. Mm-hmm. And I think we got to keep that as well, for sure. We live in a really interesting time because it is such a drastic change immediately than it is before, like, you know, subtly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we shouldn't hate we shouldn't hate, you know, Dr. Seuss for, you know, believing whatever he did. At the end of the day, he's dead. It doesn't matter. John Wayne, same shit, whatever you want to call it, you know, Che Guevara, whatever you want to say. At the end of the day, what it matters is like what that made you feel like, and how do we interpret that from, you know, from
And how
here on out.
how their body of work has expressed
That-
and how it made you feel.
That-
Well, and as
So
long
that,
and
but
as long
also-
as we learn from it,
yeah.
at the end of the day, that's really what matters. As long as we grow as
And that's why,
as a species.
yeah, and that's why I bring Mel Brooks into the picture, because Mel Brooks, yeah, he had like if you watch Blazing Saddles, like I had a buddy of mine who watched it with me, who was a filmmaker. He was so uncomfortable the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, man, I get that you're uncomfortable.
Blazing Saddles is a unique Mel Brooks movie, though.
No, yeah, but also
it's not.
No, but also like
the norm.
but also
It's
Blazing
not a good
Mel
representation of Mel
No,
Brooks.
but Mel Brooks is also pushed towards just like that racial, like what he thought was relevant to like how do you prove like whatever racial divide is, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you had to understand what was to what came
Is.
to be.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, guys, so we got way more too deep than I probably wanted to this, but at the end of the day, man, like I appreciate the fact that you can still watch it, because at the end of the day, that is your childhood. And
It
you're
is, yeah, and that's the reason that I love it so much. Is I think
you,
it takes
you thought about Harry Potter before you thought about the actual author. And
Oh,
that-
100%.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it takes you away from reality for a little bit. Like I legit can just like zone out and watch those movies, and like year over year, like I said, every
What's
single
your
thing.
favorite one?
Favorite film or book?
Film, because I've never watched. I've
My
never read the
favorite,
books.
my favorite of
Oh,
the,
is it two different answers?
yes, it is actually. So my favorite of the movies is Prisoner of Azkaban. My favorite book is Deathly Hollows, the very last one.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
The movie kind of
Not the epilogue. Remove the epilogue completely. That's written in the back of the seventh one.
What's the epilogue, if you don't mind me asking?
Basically,
Because
Harry,
Hollows is two, right?
Hollows has two movies,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
seventh book.
Yeah.
The epilogue, it's 19 years later, or 17 years later, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione go to platform 9 3/4, and they're like
yeah,
dropping
yeah,
their
yeah,
kids
yeah,
off
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. That is the epilogue of the. But so the author wrote the epilogue the same time that she wrote the opening to Sorcerer's Stone, the very first book, and you can tell by the writing just because of how much she
Oh,
evolved
so she
through all
wrote
those
it
years
and then
and
wrote
put
it.
in the back, and it is
Wow.
horrible. The
Interesting.
writing is horrible.
Well, I mean, to answer your question, it's Eclipse and Eclipse.
But also,
That's time.
did we talk
Twilight
about
guy.
season? What season was best? You said fall, right? Yeah, you did say fall.
I did.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. Maybe I have to read the books. Maybe, can we have like a
Specifically, like Thanksgiving, like break weekend.
Because honestly, the one consistent I think with all these movies is that dining hall. The goddamn dining hall.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
that's
also,
why.
yeah. Have
The
you, have
goddamn smile.
you also, did you recently just go to like to go see the Visible Place?
That was 2020. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I said recently because honestly, anything from like
Yeah, anything
this
from
decade to
16 to
yeah.
now is like 2 years ago.
Wait, 20.
As long as it was in
I'd have to
2020 in
look.
between
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'd have to look.
It's all
maybe
good.
2019.
Anyways,
yeah, my wife
Let's
took
move
me
on to
for
the
my
next.
birthday.
Yeah, let's move to the next subject. Here we go.
Round 4.
All right, y'all. So for this one, we're gonna try something specific just for the sake of just trial and error.
We're calling Dakota's boss.
Yeah, we're calling Dakota's boss, so you might get fired tomorrow. It's gonna be great. Don't worry. If he's not working where he's at, it's our fault. So let's give him a quick call. Here we go. Oh, it's ringing.
My boss is also our friend.
It's working. Hi, is this Josh?
Yeah.
Hi, Josh. Congratulations, you've won a round trip to Fort Collins.
Ooh, very exciting.
No, Josh, it's G. I'm sorry if you haven't noticed.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? So we got Chris and we got Dakota on this podcast as well.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Dakota Burke.
So Josh is actually Dakota's boss, so we can't be too gnarly on this one. But hey, you mind joining us for a quick 7-8 minutes for this next topic?
I'm on it, my dude. I'm here for it.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure he was in bed because he's also like old, and so it's 8:05. He's old as fuck, and he's totally in bed right now.
You know what? Not for nothing. I wish I was there right now.
Yeah,
too,
same.
so.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry we're not having a good time. So, what's the next subject, Chris?
All right, so the next subject for round number 4
Please interject whenever you want.
is going to be Jonah Hill.
All right, Josh, lead it off.
Jonah Hill,
The actor.
the actor.
Okay, Josh, you got to talk here.
Okay, sorry. No, I put my headphones in, so I could hear you guys. I couldn't hear you before.
So, what are your thoughts on Jonah Hill?
As a person, as an actor, what are we
All
talking
of it,
about?
all of it.
We're
dude.
going all the above.
Do you want me to start? I'll start off. Just lead you on. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
G leads you on all the time.
Yes, always. Jonah Hill. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. When I was younger, Jonah Hill was super cool. Now, recently, I can't really stand him. I look back at all his films, and I really can't stand him, man. I really can't.
Yeah, we were talking about
love-
this. Oh, go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
I love Jonah Hill. Like, I freaking watched Superbad not long ago, and it made me really enjoy who he was.
Dude,
And dude, Unaccepted. We were literally listening to him scream on that.
Ask me about my wiener.
That's probably that's probably his best role, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's funny because Justin Long was in that movie.
Yeah, he's the main character.
He's a lead.
Yeah, and I just watched Galaxy Quest literally last night, and I'm like, oh
the nerdy
shit, that's
guy.
Justin Long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, and like that's like Jonah Hill's first big-ish movie after Superbad. Yeah.
I think that was before Superbad.
Oh, was it?
That was before Superbad.
Okay, well
Yeah,
there you go.
it was.
There you go.
What's your favorite Jonah Hill movie, Mr. Josh?
I think Superbad.
Dude, Superbad's a classic.
Oh my god! Well, and I think it came out as like for even all of us, it came out at like the perfect time in our lives.
Because we're all like, I mean, except for Josh, we're all in high school.
That's kind of
But I
fun.
mean,
Josh was probably like 19.
Josh was definitely, like in his senior care center at that point. I think.
he was 33.
okay, first of all, you guys suck. Second of all, I was 19, I believe. And how often do you quote Superbad?
Oh, every
All the
day.
time.
Yeah, everything.
Constantly.
All the time.
Constantly.
Josh, in the office, we quote it multiple times a day.
Oh, it's a good one.
He was in The Office.
Did I say the office?
Yeah.
No,
our
in
office.
Yeah, he was talking about work.
Like we don't. Yes, we quote the office all the time, but no, we quote Superbad every day.
Can we cuss on this?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Who do you fucking think I am? Stephen Glansberg? The greatest lines of all
No,
time.
you're absolutely right. Okay. All right, here's the thing. So my biggest thing is I think I'd like Jonah Hill more as a serious actor than I do like a comedical actor. Because when he plays the comedies, he plays the same fucking
Comedical.
character. Shut up. Fuck you.
So I just like how Josh is like, can we cuss? And I make fun of you like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Well, we can't really cuss on my podcast. So
I don't know what
That's
podcast you're talking about, bro. This
That's
is the best of 5 fucking podcasts, motherfucker.
Well, but like, what would you say? What would you say for like the dramas that you?
Moneyball and fucking Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay,
Ooh.
You're right.
That's my center
know
for
what?
Jonah Hill, man. I'm just saying, like anything he's come out with has just been so like, oh, I'm gonna be Jonah Hill. But when he actually has to play a serious character, he
Dude,
does a great fucking job.
I simp for Moneyball. I will straight up
dude.
simp for Moneyball.
What the fuck does that
What-
even mean?
You're too old. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
okay. Sorry,
Hold
Josh,
on.
you're old. What does that
Wasn't
mean?
Wasn't he in? Oh, am I get like when they track that gun? Wasn't he in that movie?
War Dogs? Is that what it's
Oh.
called?
War Dogs.
Yeah. War
Oh,
Dogs,
yeah, he was like the...
He was a fucking annoying friend to Peller.
Yeah, he was the annoying
Miles
like
Teller.
Italian
Yeah,
dude. or whatever.
Teller,
Yeah. The one that didn't pay everybody. He was the shitty friend.
Yeah.
Because Miles Teller
Yep.
was like the main contractor, and then he was the guy that like fucked up the entire operation.
Yep.
That's right. See, and I think that's more of Jonah Hill who he actually is. So I kind of agree with G on how he kind of sucks.
Like honestly, okay, if it
So,
comedically,
no, like, but so hold on, like, have you guys? Okay, I don't. This isn't funny, but did you guys like watch when his new thing on Netflix with his therapist?
yeah, we talked about
we had
yeah.
like Stutz. What's
Salts. Yeah, like I thought that was really good because like you actually get to see like you're saying he was an asshole. I think he was. He progressed through that and he changed a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotten older.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that now. I believe now. I don't know the dude, but just from watching that and kind of thinking of it is how he wanted to show the world that. I don't see him as a bad dude. I just think he went through his shit like everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, I could
absolutely,
see
yeah.
that.
But
So he's where like Shia LaBeouf is now.
But Shia LaBeouf's been in that mode for like a decade.
But yeah, he's been a dick for like forever.
But way more Jewish. Yeah.
Yeah, way more Jewish.
Did you guys see This Is the End? The one where like the war.
Oh, yeah, I actually just watched it last week. Yeah,
they're in James Franco's house.
Yeah.
So like, I think that that's where it kind of started because they were making fun of Jonah Hill as a person in that movie, and he totally ate all of it.
Yeah,
Because he was like, because remember there's
that
like that
actually makes
line where
sense.
he's like, "Look at me, I'm Jonah Hill, America's sweetheart," blah blah blah, and then what's his name just like goes absolutely crazy on him.
Yeah, that's right. Because Jonah Hill in that movie was like not necessarily the antagonist, but like he was like the one that was like, "Yo, everybody hates you."
Well, he was like fake nice to Jay.
Yeah.
That was
And
the
he's
thing.
like,
Yeah.
like, I think Jonah hates me. He's like, no, he loves you.
Yeah, Jonah thinks Jonah Hill's the nicest guy of all time. What are you talking about? And he tries to push him in the pit when it eventually eventually opens.
But
up.
you know what my favorite like Jonah Hill movie is? I just remember this. It's the 21 and 22 Jump Street. I love it.
Oh yeah, that was
like his perfect role for sure. But I don't know. Jonah Hill is Jonah as an actor. I'm just kind of like, I get it. I don't know. It's weird because like when he does like serious roles, I actually enjoy it. But then after that, I just kind of like,
I love the dude.
I mean, he's surpassed like the Ryan Reynolds acting phase.
that's what it is.
Where
yeah.
Jonah Hill doesn't play Jonah Hill anymore.
Yeah.
He actually can play other characters.
And that was your argument earlier, is that you said he just does the same thing in all the comedy stuff. But like, I think you're right in that he has evolved as an actor and is able to do different stuff.
It's just his latest movie. I just didn't like. I don't know.
His latest movie is terrible.
So question, like, what Jonah Hill movies don't you like?
I think for G, I guess I should say, just to kind of make sure that that's what it is. But after looking at Superbad, I can't stand him after that. He's just like, it's funny, but it's also super obnoxious.
He is kind of the shitty friend in that movie.
Dude, wait, hold up. You just said Superbad's obnoxious? Every movie you like is obnoxious.
No, him and Superbad after a while.
His character his character is like the
Sex
bad
obsessed.
friend. Yeah, his character is the bad friend kind of thing.
He comes back around.
No, I don't disagree. He has a redemption arc for sure. But like as the character in that movie, like he is definitely
shut the fuck up.
worst
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I don't know. Like after a while, it's just kind of like Ashton Kutcher for me. I'm just like, I get it. All right, I get it. I know what you're playing. Like Jesus Christ. Like fucking A. But anyways, that was time. Sorry, Josh.
Oh,
we
wait.
just threw you in that. There you go.
There it is.
I hope you enjoyed our first interview call on not a live podcast. Josh, how did that go on a rate of 1 to 10? Just think I'm a fucking telemarketer, just telling you how the review went after you being online for Comcast for like 2.5 hours.
I would give it a 6.3. You know, it came on strong, and then at the end, it just kind of fizzled out.
Hey, you round that shit up to 10, it's a fucking A, man. I'll take
I was gonna round that shit up to 6.9, but that's fine.
Well, Josh, so sorry for just calling you randomly, but we appreciate you coming on, man. That was probably the best subject that we've had so far. So we got maybe one more.
We got one more.
Yeah,
We got one more.
So
We got one more.
Make sure you guys check it out. Josh Line with Velocity Lending, you guys. Make sure you guys check him out at Windsor Main Drive at
422 Main Street G. My boss, Josh Lyon, the man. Thank you for coming on.
Love you, dudes. Have a good night.
All right. See you later,
Hey,
Josh.
big gulps, huh?
Well, see you later.
Bye, Josh.
See you, boys.
All right, that was Josh Line. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to pause.
Why is that?
We have 9 minutes left on the SIM card.
Okay. No worries. Moving on to the next subject.
Final round.
Anyway, welcome back to round number 5, where as you guys are tuning in for the first time,
I'm so sorry.
round number 5 with the special guest always goes for 10 minutes, and that special guest gets to pick whatever topic they like.
And
Yes.
his name is Dakota Burke.
Yes. And the topic that I have chosen to discuss is
Hold on.
You want to do that again?
Wait. No.
Let's do it
Keep going.
again. Let's do it
No,
again.
that's not what I'm
the
talking about.
topic I have chosen
Wait, where
to
the fuck is it?
discuss
I lost it.
is
Hold on.
the-
Wait.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on. I lost it.
Hey, but what a bit.
There it is.
And his name is
Dakota Burke.
That was lame. Dakota Burke deserves way more of a better introduction.
That's fine.
Thank you. We'll figure something out.
Anyway.
if I'm a recurring guest, you guys
Round
will
number
probably
5.
Never invite me back.
You probably will never come back. Like, we will invite you back. You'll be like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, no, you're the one that's not going to come back.
We would love for you to come back, man. But you're just gonna be like, "You know what?
No, I'm good.
Can we drink less?"
It's St. Patrick's Day after
It
all
is,
that.
exactly,
So
yep.
we kind of fucked ourselves on that one.
Roy fucking Kent.
Anyway, round number 5. Dakota, what is the topic for round number 5?
So my topic was sibling rivalries. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a brother who is we're only 18 months apart. But then I have 2 younger siblings who are 12 years younger than me.
Were they at your wedding?
Yeah. One of them was a groomsman and another was a bridesmaid.
I totally met them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I don't remember.
G was the DJ at my wedding, and he actually played the ceremony before we got married. So
I honestly thought you would just.
those of you that don't know me,
I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. to the Burks, I'm so sorry. I really thought I just. Yeah. Never mind. Continue.
he absolutely nailed it. It was everything we ever asked for.
Well, yeah, so it's kind of funny that, well, it's not funny, but that you have siblings so much younger than you, because both of my siblings are that, but older.
Oh, so you're the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the
Gotcha.
youngest.
Okay.
So my oldest brother, fuck you, Jeremy, is turning 47 this year. Like a fucking
Wait.
old ass motherfucker.
Go to the King of Heart.
Damn. So yeah, so I get exactly what you're saying, but I'm on the other end of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're the oldest.
I am. Yep.
Lucky.
Because my 2 older brothers,
Because we'll get there.
yeah, because my 2 older brothers are like a year-ish apart, like 18-ish months. So it's like you and your brother.
Yeah.
But then your younger siblings are
Like
literally
way
me.
older or way younger.
Yeah, literally me. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is funny.
No. I'm the only male in my family. So yeah. And
How many sisters do you have?
way too many men. No. So okay.
Because I feel like you always tell me stories about your sister, and I've always just thought you had one sister.
No. So
No, they're the same.
yeah.
Both sisters are the same.
I don't know what's real anymore. No,
Sorry, they
no.
watch this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
You guys are the worst. No, so my family's a little bit complicated. So I have 2 older sisters, and then I was supposed to be the youngest. And then after that, my aunt passed away from cancer, ovarian cancer. So she left behind, or no, what did they say? It's the, regardless, whatever. She left behind 3 little kids or little girls. Or like we adopted them, so like my sisters.
Okay.
I gotta say it that way because if it's like, oh, my cousins were like my sisters, it just sounds really, really southern.
Especially
Like,
because
not
it was
my South,
a
like, you know,
long time
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So they're
Not
yeah.
Mexico South, but like America
Yeah,
South.
like Roll Tide kind of South, you know.
Yeah.
So my cousins are like my sisters, and then my dad has a son and a daughter outside of the marriage. So yeah, we have a big ass family.
Gotcha.
Not outside of the marriage, in a different marriage.
But
You have to
still
word
outside.
that. You have to word that very specifically because it makes it sound like your parents are still married and you have 2.
God, do I wish they were? That would have been so much easier.
I mean, maybe.
Sorry, it's not therapy session right now. I'm sorry, my bad. No,
How does that make
If
you feel?
if you're breaking it down like that, like yeah, that's why my other siblings, the youngest ones, are so much younger than me. Is that my dad and my mom each had a different sibling.
but were you guys
each
close
had
to
a
the entire time with that?
Yeah, until I left for college. Yeah,
Gotcha.
for
Yeah,
sure.
see, I've never been close to like my younger siblings.
Gotcha.
Well, if we're breaking it down like that,
Oh,
so my
we just,
my 2 older brothers happened when my parents were teenagers, and they're like, we kind of fucked up, so they waited till they were 30 and then had me.
So they're
Well, if we're
like,
breaking it down like that,
I'm adopted.
Which is weird because like my 2 older siblings look nothing alike.
No, they do.
They no, but
that stupid face.
the middle brother and me, like baby pictures, almost identical.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, no. So my thing was like, I mean, obviously, I grew up with a lot of women in my life, so I was always the favorite kid because I was a man.
yeah.
Wow.
No, that I'm not even saying that to like be like
Your mommy's little boy.
dude. No, and that's the thing is like with like
Little boy.
no, I really was, but no, I really was like I can fuck up and they will blame it on my sister somehow or another. Like that's how it was growing up. Because it was one of these like.
Oh, I forgot that was mezcal.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh
Came
wait,
back.
you took a drink.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna shoot in this.
No, but it was one of those things where it was just like because I was the only man in my family, like that's why I got like a lot of like I got away with a lot of shit. So there was never like that really competition towards that. But I look back and I actually have conversations with my sisters, and I'm just like, yeah, like y'all had it way harder than I did, and I had it hard. So it's just like there wasn't really no competition. But I imagine with you guys growing up with like both like siblings that are male as well, that was such a big thing. So tell me about that.
So the little brother that are 18 months, or where we're 18 months apart, we definitely like, it was always a competition. So like he was always a better athlete than I was at like that age, right? Because he was always trying to compete with whatever I was doing.
Yeah, so you set the bar and he's like, I'm gonna jump over it.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was always
That's
hanging
easier
around
to do
with
than
me and my
setting the bar.
friends. And like, even like, like now, like into adulthood, like some of his best friends are also my best friends just because of how close we are in age and how you know, we grew up, I guess.
Must have been nice, Dakota.
I guess. Yeah, and it kind of lucked out in that department. But then the two younger ones were way better athletes than the us two older ones. Because when I was in high school and was swimming, and then my brother did track, though the younger two were maybe, let's see, we're 12 young, so they were like 6 or 5 years old, like when we were like in our big meets and stuff. And so that like they got like the athletic gene because they were like always at the meets, always at that kind of stuff.
They got the experience.
Exactly.
So they saw how it works instead of you.
So they had that kind of that extra level of competition. They like knew what it took to like get there already. So they were like way better athletes than us older two were. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's always hard for the person like pushing the plow. Everyone behind it, it's not that hard at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
but also-
but I will
Defend
say
you.
I set the bar pretty dang high. So
That's fair.
Yo, no, if you guys, there's a lot about about Dakota you guys don't know, man. Like Dakota's a fucking badass. He really is, man. Like,
thank you, man.
Not only is he a great person, you're a wonderful man.
Thank you, dude.
His
I
dick
mean
is
this.
like this big.
Well,
It's like this.
Well, I don't know if you saw the angle.
If you,
but
yeah, it's like
if
a
you can't
tuna
see on
can.
camera, it's like if you got like a Campbell's chunky noodle soup.
it's like a
as big as
Pringles
it is.
can, but like if it was the same
If it was a
diameter as a
three-pack.
tuna can.
Yeah, 3-pack for sure.
I mean, you guys are describing it better than I could.
But also, no, Dakota is also extremely talented. I mean, he did a lot of cool things. I'm not sure what I can disclose with CU, but you know, you did.
Go
a lot
ahead.
of
No,
cool-
you can.
he was Chip.
Yeah, I was the mascot.
He was
of
fucking
CU.
Chip for CU, which is
When
awesome.
when were you Chip?
2011 through 14.
It might have been possible your brother was in the
Holy
in that
shit,
hotel.
yeah.
So no, so Dakota,
I don't know. I have to cross reference my
hold
things,
on.
but my brother was the assistant strength coach for the football team.
Okay,
Okay.
Well, yeah,
But-
DVD
but
extras
we'll-
for sure.
DVD extras.
But the biggest thing is like, you know, I think how much you think that having that relationship with your brother, competitiveness, whether it be like resentful or just like motivation, like how much did that really push you towards being where you're at now?
I feel like it
Maybe in
was
hindsight
always
now, right? You know?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, being the oldest, I always felt like it was healthy competition. I would think maybe from his perspective, he wouldn't feel that way. Like
Yeah, I
he
get
like he
that.
always felt like he had to live up to whatever I did in a way. So I guess I couldn't speak from his perspective. But I think that's how he would feel and talk about.
Because it's always fun for you.
Yeah,
Because you're always winning.
exactly.
And that's coming from like the younger sibling.
Yeah. Like everything was always fun, but then you hit a certain age where you know you're not better than.
Yeah.
You may not have worked harder at X thing, and so they are smarter than you. So like I remember when we were younger, like always winning at Monopoly and like you know dumb little games like that, and now like my younger siblings are way better at those kinds of strategy games than I am. And
Here's the question for both of you guys, because obviously you guys grow with like older siblings, and I guess your siblings in general. Not that I did, but also is a very unique circumstance. But how much do you think of that actually helped you guys be better as identifying like who you guys are as a person? Because like you said, like I'm sure like there's very more strengths that he has that you don't have, kind of thing, right? And like when it comes to Monopoly, I'm sure he's probably smarter than you are. Kind of sounded really. I didn't mean to insult you, but. It was one of those things where it's like you said
You're
yourself,
bad with
like,
money management.
well, no, I'm not, but I do think that
It's like it's your job or something.
I do think that
He does way better loans than you do, right? So
I'm a
it's-
little
it's
more. I think I'm more paternal than I would be if I didn't have the youngest of the two, like the youngest two, right? Like
Yeah.
if the ones that are 12 years younger than me weren't around, I wouldn't be as like caring or you know being able to like talk to
you, man.
people about
Yeah,
like little
yeah.
things, you know. Chris.
Oh well, I
Yes,
mean,
the two of us.
yeah, as the youngest, I
fuck them kids.
I literally discounted my relevance in the family every single day with these two fucking older people around. Because all they did was talk shit and show how much better they were than me all the time.
See, and that's crazy. Is like obviously circumstances. Like people,
Has that changed as you guys have gotten older?
Oh yeah, like when I was probably 17, it wasn't even even close to that. But like, you know, being like 9, 10, 11, 12, even 13,
man, yeah.
And they're just like, oh, you know, I played baseball when I was your age. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, you know, I was pretty good. I was like, well, my team just won the league championship. He's like, yeah, but my team was better.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's something that is something that I had to like finally realize, like when I talked about like my little siblings being better athletes than I was, is that like 4 or 5 years ago, it hit me that my little brother's a way better athlete than I ever was. And so I just shut up. All I do is tell him like, hey, good job, bud. Like, you know, I didn't go, you know, as far as you did in baseball. So what do I have to say to you about it?
Yeah,
right?
so
like,
it is crazy.
Matter.
I'm sure it's also crazy. I know time's up, but I also think it's kind of crazy how like that is probably like the beginning of just the animosity of just like competition, right?
Yeah.
But also like we come to a point where we're just become adults and you're just like, no, man, like pride aside, like you are the better athlete. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really jealous that you guys actually both had brothers to grow up with. Because my brother's like 14 or 15 now. I think, and just.
Well, you're that brother, bro.
Yeah, I know. And it sucks. I'm just like, how do I help him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's fair.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I
guess
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's a way like it's 12 years and it's 20 years difference in age, right? Or 18 or 19 years.
I honestly don't know. I mean, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, dude, I'm a piece of shit.
But like, you just kind of have to be there for them, you know? At least that's how I always feel. Like if they ever have questions or anything, which they don't, like they never want to bother you, or at least my.
Which sucks because I'm sure like you really want like dude, ask
you want to have
that.
Yeah, right? You want to have that relationship.
Oh, I bothered my brothers all the time.
You bothered me a lot, bro. So I get it.
That's fair.
Shut the fuck
up. Dude, my
up.
brother used to take me to the fucking mall as a 5-year-old and taught me, he was like, hey, go tell that chick over there. Like, hey, what's up, hot mama? I'm like, okay. And I did.
He probably thought that was the funniest thing.
And I did.
I just want to see Chris like imagine Chris. He's like, because you're already short, but I imagine you shorter. You're just like this. Let me just get this right there. Hey, hot mama.
But then they'd run over and be like, oh, hey, what are you doing? Oh, hey, what's up? My name's Jeremy.
Ay, mijo. And yeah, he wasn't trying to teach you a lesson. He was trying to get laid.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking hard.
Well, that was time like about 3 minutes ago. Sorry, guys. That was a deep conversation.
Great topic. Yeah, got deep again.
That was a really good one, man. I hope you guys are like, honestly, like when it comes to our podcast, we like to shoot the shit for sure. But also we like to have like, you know, honest conversations in this podcast with, you know.
Well, I'm sorry that like a few of our topics got like so deep. Like usually you guys are like just kind of chopping it up.
Dude, we have 100 episodes and like probably 30% like have a lot of deep ass topics.
Yeah, no, man. Because honestly, man, like the biggest thing I think why I want to do this podcast is for one, like we're not shit. None of us are. Like, you know, I mean this in the most respectful way. We are from Greeley, in a sense of just like it's a small population.
Smallish
population for sure, but also at the same time it's like we're also human. We all think these things, and so it's like having these conversations is more important to me than just like doing the comedy bits. Trust me, if the comedy bits happen, we will make that shit happen. But at the end of the day, having these conversations that are honest and non-judgmental and just having the conversations for me, that's the best. So with that being said, make sure you guys check out DVD Extras. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a good one. We're excited for it. So,
but more importantly, Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Happy St. Patty's Day!
I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I don't even know what intro.
Fucking bagpipes?
Yes.
It's just supposed to be closing out, but
all right, so make sure you guys follow us on Spotify, all the streaming platforms. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you guys on St. Patrick's Day. See you Friday. Have a good night.
Best of five.
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 This is all getting just faded out, so it doesn't. You can go on however.